So today we will be solving the paper from 2022. Every time you get a series where the terms are decreasing first and then remaining constant and then increasing, the series is multiplication series. We are doing these solutions for all the people who have already completed their preparation and now they are attempting questions and test papers. If you use the highest denomination available to you from the remaining notes, which is 20 rupee note, 25 into 20 is 500. You can't reach 590 in any of the case. Be solving permutation and combination in some of the videos, right? आएंगे कहीं ना कहीं पे. We will drop some videos based on concepts. Hello all, welcome to PW OnlyIAS. I hope all of you are doing great. So today we will be solving the paper from 2022. Last week we solved question paper from 2021 from start to end. Today also you have to do the same thing. First, have the paper with you, right? Solve along with me. We are starting with the easy questions, then we will move to the moderate questions and then the difficult questions. Last time we started from easy questions from reasoning and quant. Today also we will start with easy questions from reasoning and quant and then we will move to reading comprehension, right? So let's start. You should also solve along with me so that you can get the most out of this video, right? Whenever there is a question on the screen, pause the video, attempt the question yourself and then only look at the solutions. By just sitting and looking at the video for 2-3 hours, it won't help you. You have to solve the questions yourself because in the exam also, you will have to do everything on your own, right? So get into a habit of solving questions, right? From easy, moderate to tough. Okay, let's start with it then, right? Chalo. So let's start with easy questions from quant and reasoning, right? Here question number 4. If you see question number 4, this is a series question, okay? Every time you get a series where the terms are decreasing first and then remaining constant and then increasing, the series is multiplication series. So first of all, if you see here, if you multiply 0.5, you will get this. Second to third, if you multiply 1, from third to fourth, if you multiply 1.5, then if you multiply 2 times, then 2.5 times. Similarly, for x, you have to multiply by 3 times. 75 into 3 is nothing but 225, right? So the series is a multiplication series where the multiplication term is increasing again and again, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5 and so on, right? So from now onwards, you can recognize these series by this simple method that if the series is first decreasing, then remaining constant and then increasing, the series will be a multiplication series, right? Chalo, we can leave question number 5 because it is very lengthy, right? And it is a very good question. Okay, very lengthy. That's why I am leaving it in the first go. Let's look at question number 6. So in question number 6, two friends X and Y start running. They run together for 50 meters in same direction. Let them start in this direction and go for 50, right? They go for 50. After 50, X turns right and goes 60. X turns right and goes 60. Y turns left and goes 40. Done. This is from this point onwards. This is right, this is left. Here, this is right, this is left. This is X. This is our X. This is about X and this is about Y, right? Chalo. After this, X turns left and goes 50. This is 50 and Y goes right and goes 50, right? So both of these are in the same line. We need to calculate this distance. Now what is this distance? This distance is nothing but 40 plus 60. So finally, both of them are at a distance of 100 meters. Both of them are at a distance of 100 meters from each other. So we have solved question number 4. We have solved question number 6. I have already told you we are doing these solutions for all the people who have already completed their preparation and now they are attempting questions and test papers. If you are one of the students who is still struggling with the concepts and need to build concepts from scratch, you can always opt for the batch we discussed in the last video, right? So in the batch we have completed first 3 topics: coding, decoding, calendar and clock. If you want to join now also you can, because only 3 topics are covered in a week, right? Let's move to the next page. Here, which date of June 2029 among the following is Sunday? So we to solve such questions, we can calculate the day on any of the given dates. Suppose I am calculating on 4th of June 2099, right? I will use, so this is based on a formula where we need to find the remainder when century, year, leap year plus month plus day plus 5 is divided by 7, right? In this formula, the code for the century 2000 is 0. For 99, remainder when 99 is divided by 7 is nothing but 1. Number of leap year quotient when 99 is divided by 4. This gives us the number of leap years. It will be nothing but 24. The remainder when divided by 7 is 3. The code of month June is 144,144,025. The code will be 5. This will be 5. Day is 4 and plus 5 extra every time. So this is the formula. I will discuss this formula when we will be dropping a video on calendar. Don't worry, right? So here 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 10, 14, 18, right? This is 18. Now we have to find the remainder when 18 is divided by 7, which is 4. Now 4 is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So that means 4th of June 2099 is Thursday. This will be Friday, this will be Saturday, and this will be Sunday. So 7th of June 2099 will be a Sunday. You can check it, right? You can Google this date, 7th of June 2099, and you will get this is a Sunday, right? So this is also a very easy question. If you know this formula, how to apply this formula, you can calculate day on any given date, right? Don't worry, when we will be dropping video on a calendar concepts, right? I will discuss how to use this formula. Don't worry, right? क्योंकि अभी I needed to solve this, so I have solved it by using that formula. ठीक है? Now question number 8. It's a lengthy question. चलो, let's try to attempt. A bill of 1840 is to be paid by the denomination of rupees 50, rupees 20, rupees 10 notes. 50 notes in all are used. Total number of notes used are 50. Okay, question 8. Question 8, statement 1. 25 notes of 50 are used. 25 notes of 50. That means how much money? 0, 5 5s are 25, 5 to carry over. 1250 rupees are done with 50 rupees note. How much money is left? 1840 minus 1250. This is nothing but 0, 9, 5. 590, right? What are the remaining notes? The denomination of the notes remaining is 20 rupees and 10 rupees. We have 25 notes remaining, right? है ना? 25 notes are remaining. Denomination left are 20 and 10. If I use all the 25 notes of 20 for the remaining amount, it amounts to rupees 500. We need to pay 590, and if I use all the highest available denomination from the left notes, I will get to 500. So by using this, I can't pay 1840. Okay? I can't pay 1840 using this method. Similarly, this is a task for you. Check for 2 and 3 also. You will see that you won't be able to pay 1840 by using the denomination given in the question. So this is also wrong. This is also wrong. All the 3 statements not correct. All the 3 are not correct. Okay? So basically you need to pay 1840 using these notes. By the first condition, if you use 25 notes of 50 rupees, you will pay amount of 1250. If you reduce 1250 from 1850, 590 is left. If you use the highest denomination available to you from the remaining notes, which is 20 rupee note, 25 into 20 is 500. You can't reach 590 in any of the case. So you can't pay 1840 by using this. So the only option available to you is option D. So question number 8 is done. Similarly, there are other questions. Suppose we want to solve question number 9. Here they have asked you which among the following is the smallest. Which among the following is the smallest? So you need to know first of all that these types of questions are easily solvable by looking at the options. Here 2 to the power 18 is nothing but 2 to the power 2 to the power 18, which is 2 to the power 36. Similarly here 2 to the power 3 to the power 12 is nothing but 2 to the power 36, right? Now these are two options, 2 to the power 36 and this is 2 to the power 40. Now A can't be the option, right? A can't be your option because 2 to the power 36 is smaller than 2 to the power 40. So 2 to the power 40 is greater than 2 to the power 36. Now among the four we can't have two answers, right? Two options can't be correct. So both C and D can't be correct. The smallest value will be option B. Right? You can use these types of logic also to solve the question because in both the options D, C and D, they have given you the same value 2 to the power 36. Okay? So the only possible option here is option B. B will be the smallest value. Okay? Done. Now this question seems to be lengthy. We will attempt this later. We have left question number 5, question number 10. Let's try to solve more questions, easy questions from Quant and reasoning. Here I have a very easy question, question number 16. So in all the coding decoding question, what you need to do is you need to make this table A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So basically what the question is saying, if the order of the letters in the English alphabet is reversed and each letter represents the letter whose position it occupies, then which one of the following represent Lucknow? When you do the reverse order, right, and now you take the positional value, basically what you are going to do is you have to take the opposites, right? So now in this coding, L will be nothing but O. L will be nothing but O. What is opposite to L? O, right? Lucknow. I was in Lucknow for the last 1.5 months. Great city. Especially the food. Brilliant. Enough. With what will be opposite to, suppose here opposite to U is F, opposite to C is X, opposite to K is P, opposite to N is M, opposite to O is L, and opposite to W is D. So OFX PM LD. So option D, right? Our option correct answer will be option D. So we have solved 16. Right, question number 15 is a time, speed and distance question. ठीक है, it is a good question. चलो इसको बाद में करते हैं. Right, this is a good question. Let's try to solve some more questions. So we are into 15 minutes and we have already solved 5 questions, which is a good speed. ठीक है. In a tournament of chess having 150 entries, a player is eliminated when he loses a match. It is given that no result in a tie or draw. How many matches are played in the tournament? So basically the formula for this is nothing but n minus 1, where n is the number of initial teams. So the number of matches we need to conduct is nothing but 150 minus 1, which is 149. Okay, 149, option C. You can remember this. In such tournaments, what you can do is you can directly find the number of matches, which is n minus 1. Okay, right? Chalo. This was an easy question if you knew this, right? How many 3-digit natural numbers without repetition of digits are there such that each digit is odd and the number is divisible by 5? Now this is a permutation and combination question, but it is a very easy question if you know how to calculate this. First of all, we need to find a 3-digit number. Okay. Without repetition of digits are there such that each digit is odd. Odd digits are 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Odd digits are 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. There are such that each digit is odd and the number is divisible by 5. If the number is divisible by 5, the last digit is fixed. It can be 5 or 0. Here we only have one option, that is 5. So the last digit can only be 5. Only be 5. So 5 is already used. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 digits. For the first place we have 4 options. Now because repetition is not allowed, for the second place we have only 3 options. For the first place we have 4 options. We can place any 1, 3, 9 or 7. When we use suppose 1, for the next position we have only 3 values, 3, 7, 9. Suppose for the first position we use 3, then for the second position we have only 3 values, 1, 7 and 9. So here we have 3 options. This is 5 is fixed. So in total, if you see, there are 12 such numbers. If you see, right, how many total cases are there? 12. So the answer for this question is 12. Now, one thing, PNC questions, permutation and combination questions are very easy and very quick to do if you know the basics, right? We will be solving permutation and combination in some of the videos, right? आएंगे कहीं ना कहीं पे. We will drop some videos based on concepts. There I will discuss the tools, how to calculate, how to count, right? So you should understand those tools. If you know those tools, you will be able to solve PNC questions very quickly. Okay? Once you understand what we are doing while using those tools, if you understand those things, you will be solving these PNC questions very quickly and with high accuracy. Okay? See, this question can be solved in just 5 seconds if you know the concept. है ना? So here question number 18 is done, right? Question number 19, data sufficiency question है. Bit lengthy or can be tricky. We can avoid this for the first go. But basically this question is very easy. Let's see. देखते हैं एक बार. So the question is saying, is x an integer? The answer to this can be yes or no. Right? Either you will answer yes, x is integer, or no. Right? X by 3 is not an integer, then the possible value of x from this statement can be, suppose x can be 11, x can be 10, x can be 8, x can be 7 and many things. So x can be, suppose x can be 11 by 3, है ना? 11 by 3 by 3, 11 by 9 is not an integer, right? So it can be integers, it can be fractions. We can't say if x is integer or not. So statement 1 is not alone sufficient to answer the question. Statement 2, 3x is an integer. Here also x can be, suppose x can be 3, 3x is an integer. X can be 11 by 3, where 3x is an integer, but x in itself can be integer and cannot be integer. Both the things are possible. ठीक है, right? यहाँ पे और क्या वैल्यू हो सकती है? यहाँ पे 8 भी हो सकती है, right? So even by using statement 2, you can't answer the question. If you combine both of these, still you have some values. I am taking just 2. Both the cases we can take value 8 and both the cases we can take value 11 by 3 and still we can't answer if x is a integer or not an integer. By combining the data from both the statements, still we can't answer if x is an integer or no, right? Yes or no, right? So both the statement 1 and 2 are not sufficient to answer this question. This was one of the easiest data sufficiency question. The order you need to go is, first you need to check the statement 1. If it is sufficient, done. Check the statement 2 alone. Then check, after checking both the statement alone, if none of them are answering your question, you will combine the information in both the statements and now check if you can answer the question uniquely again, right? Okay? So this is the order how you solve the questions from data sufficiency. Question number 19, done. Let's solve question number 20. 20 में an increase in price of a certain item is 25%, then decrease of 20%, then increase of 10%. Remember one thing, when all the things are in percentages, the thing discussed in the question is also in percentages, the options are also in percentages, you can start by assuming 100. So suppose 100, we have taken 100, what we have done is increase this by 25%. So when you increase 100 by 25%, it becomes 125. Easy, right? Now second thing we are doing is we are decreasing it by 20%. When you decrease 125 by 20%, it becomes 100 again. It becomes 100 again. The third thing you are doing is now we are at the same position again. You are increasing it by 10%. It becomes 110. So overall, if you see from start to end, overall, you have increased the value by 10% only, right? So the answer of this option, this question is option B. Option B. Overall, we have increased the value of the given data by 10%. Okay, very easy question. You should attempt such questions in the first go when you get the paper, right? We have solved question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, 6, 7, 8. So we have already solved 8 questions in 20 minutes. Good speed. Let's start. Let's go to this section and let's try to solve some questions. Okay. Here we don't have Quant questions. Chalo try करते. Letter A, B, C, D are arranged in such a way that there are exactly 2 letters between A and E. How many such arrangements are possible? Again, I am saying, if you understand how to solve the questions from PNC, it will be very easy for you to solve such questions. So question number 24. What they want is, they want to have 2 people between A and E. And we need to find all the arrangements where between A and E there are 2 people. So see, there are 4 such arrangements. A, there are 2 people between A and E and 1 people sitting here. It can be such that before A, 1 people was sitting and then this can be the arrangement. Similarly, we can have an arrangement where E is here, there are 2 people between E and A. Similarly, E can be here, there can be 2 people between these and right. Now A and E are already sitting, right? A and E are already sitting. So what we need to do is we need to fill the remaining position. 3 people are remaining. 3 people are remaining. So we can have 3 people here, 2 people here, 1 people here. If you multiply 3 into 2 into 1, it is 6. There are 6 such cases. Similarly, 3, 2, 1. 6 cases from this one, 3, 2, 1, 6 cases from this one, 3, 2, 1, 6 cases from this one. Now, my assumption is you know all these methods, how to do the counting in permutation and combination. Here, if we add all these, we have total 24 such cases where there are 2 people between A and E. Okay, there are 24 cases where we have 2 people between A and E. So here the answer will be option C, 24 for the question number 24. Okay. Chalo. Let's try to solve question number 25. Blood relation reasoning question. Must be easy. Okay. Here we need to answer if Z is brother of X. The statement 1 is saying X is a brother of Y. X is a brother, that means X is a male denoted by positive. X is a brother of Y and Y is a brother of Z. This is the final arrangement. Z is the brother of X. We can't say because we don't know the gender of Z from statement 1. So statement 1 is not sufficient. Not sufficient. Let's move to statement 2. Here X, Y, Z are siblings. So basically these are in the same generation, but we don't know about the gender of any X, Y, Z. This is not sufficient. Statement 1 and 2 together. Still we don't know the gender of Z, and hence we can't tell if Z is the brother of X. Okay? The question is asking you if Z is a brother of X, we can't say for sure. He can be and he can't. He, she, we don't know, right? So the answer for this question is the question, both statement 1 and 2 are not sufficient to answer the question together. Okay? Again, option D, question number 25 done. Easy reasoning question. Because you don't know the gender of Z, you can't answer this question. Question number 25 done. Question number 26, 27. Let's see question number 26. Just tell me the number of gaps. Suppose there are three trees. Tree 1, tree 2, tree 3. How many gaps are there? So three trees create one gap. In total there are two gaps. Similarly, when there are 101 trees, there are 100 gaps. Now length of one gap from the question, the total length is 1.01 kilometer, which is 1.01 kilometer, right? 1.01 kilometer is nothing but 1010 meter, right? I can write this as length of gap is 1010 meter upon 100, okay, gaps. So you will get 0 and 0 get cancelled, 10.1 meter per gap. Okay, 10.1 meter per gap. Now distance between 5 consecutive plants. 5 plants means 4 gaps. 4 gaps matlab 4 gaps into 10.1 meter per gap. Gap and gap gets cancelled. This is nothing but 40.4 meter. So the distance of 5 consecutive plants is nothing but equal to the length of 4 gaps. One gap is 10.1 meter. So the total length will be 40.4 meter. Done? Right? Easy question hai ye bhi. Just understand how many gaps are there between consecutive things. There are 3 boxes, right? Placed at equidistance to each other. So there will be 2 gaps, right? N minus 1 gaps. Done? From now onwards, if there is some question like this, you can solve this, right? So 26 is done. 27, A, B, C are 3 places such that these are different roads from A, B. Okay, there are 3 roads. Question number 27, again PNC. Good amount of PNC question came in 22, 23. They have not given you questions from permutation and combination in 24 and 25, but don't make a mistake of leaving that chapter, because when they will give you questions from PNC, they will give you 5 or 7 questions, 5, 6 questions directly. Okay? So to be prepared properly, you should know how to solve questions from permutation and combinations. Okay? Here they have given you that from point A to B, there are 3 different roads. 1, 2, 3, B. From B to C, 4 different. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Apart from this, there are 3 different roads from A to C directly. 1, 2, 3. Suppose from place 1 to 2 you have 3 roads, and from place to 2 to 3 there are 4 roads. So in total the number of ways you can go from A to C, this is 3, this is 4. Total number of routes from A to C here are 12, and here we have 3. So we have to add total routes. Total routes are nothing but 12 from ABC A, B, C wale plus 3 which are directly from A to C. In total there are 15. In total there are 15, right? So here the answer will be option C. Total 15 routes are there from A to C. Okay, done. Now this can be tricky for some of you, so we will attempt this later. This can be categorized as a moderate question. ठीक है, देखते. This is also a good question. ठीक है, don't waste time on such questions on the first go. 3 persons. Let's try question number 30. ठीक है, we have to minimize something. We have to minimize something. So there 3 people A, B, C are standing in a queue, not necessarily in the same order. There are 4 persons between A and B. So between A and B, there are 4 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4. ठीक है, चलेगा. Done. चलो इसको और कहीं पे लिख देते थोड़ा सा. It is visible, right? There are 4 persons between A and B. 1, 2, 3, 4. A and B. There are 7 persons between B and C. Now there are 7 persons between B and C. So we have 2 possibilities. It can be on this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and C, or on that side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C. Both of them are possible. ठीक है, both of them are possible. अभी apart from this, seven persons are between B and C. If there are 11 persons ahead of C, in this case, ahead of C, you should take in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 13 people behind A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if you count all these, you will get 22, right? Here, if you take 11 people ahead of 1, 2, 3, these are more than 11. So you have to go 11 this side. Okay, similarly, this will be behind. So plus 13 this side. So you can't take this option. In the first case, you are counting and you are getting the total number of persons in the queue is 22. Okay, यहाँ पे let me make it by a different color so that you don't get confused. ठीक है, if you count all these, there are 22 people in total in the line. ठीक है, done. तो यहाँ पे आंसर will be option A, 22. चलो डन है. Let's move to the next type of questions. यहाँ पे can we solve question number 35? 35 is easy. 35 is easy and there is a trick to solve this question. ठीक है. Now question number 35. What is the trick? How can you solve this question very quickly? X weeks. So basically X into 7 into 24 into 60 into 60. X days. X into 24 into 60 into 60. X hours. X into 60 into 60. X minutes. X into 60. X seconds. X into 1. Right? Done. Now if you look at the unit digit. From the first you will get the unit digit at 0, फिर 0, फिर 0, फिर 0 और last में you will get the unit digit as 1, right? Unit digit as 1. So basically the unit digit will be 1 overall. There are 2 options where you are getting the unit digit as 1. So that's why this can't be your answer, this can't be your answer. You are left with option B and D. Now if you multiply one of these, right? Suppose I multiply 60, 60. If you do first one only, 60 into 60 is 360. 3600 into 7. 0, 0, 7, 6 are 42, 2, 4 carry over. This is 25,000 already. So you can't get the total summation as 11,000. So this can't be your answer. Only possible answer is this. You don't have to do the complete calculation to answer this question. If you use the logic of unit digit, you will eliminate two options. And then if you know the simplification, if you know the multiplication, right, you will know just by this. Here also we have to still multiply 24 in this. This value is already 25,000. You can't get anywhere, you can't get 11,000 in any case, right? So this can't be your answer. Option D is the answer possible. ठीक है, done. Question number 35 done है. Question number 36, P, Q, R, S, T, U are 6 members of a family. ठीक है, चलो ये blood relation का question है. Let's try this. Question number 36. What is given to you? U is the mother of T. U is the mother of T and S is the daughter of U. U is the mother of T. ठीक है. U is the mother of T and S is the daughter of U. S is the daughter of U. P's daughter is T. P's daughter is T. That means P's daughter is T and P is the husband. P is the husband. P is the daughter of T and R is the son of P. R's son is P. R's son is P. Okay, R's son is P. Also, R is the spouse of Q. R is the spouse of Q. Okay, we have used all the information, but we don't know the gender of Q and P, Q and R, right? We can make this diagram and we can say some of the things with surety, that P is the son of Q and R, U is the daughter-in-law of Q and R, T is the granddaughter, S is the granddaughter of Q. Okay, so T is the granddaughter of Q. Only option you can say with surety, because you don't know the gender of Q and R. Hence, you can only claim this, that T is the granddaughter of Q. Because in the blood relation diagram, you can't tell what is the gender of Q and R. Hence, you can't say Q is the grandfather, Q is the grandmother, R is the mother, right? You can't say, right? Because you don't know the gender of Q and R. So, only thing you can say with surety is T is the granddaughter of Q. So, question number 36 done. चले आगे, चलो यहाँ देखते हैं. So, here we have Silogs question, data sufficiency question, some more question. Let's leave this page. Suppose I get to a situation in a paper where I can see lengthy questions everywhere. I can skip those in the first go. I will reattempt these questions later. अभी मेरा काम है easy question ढूंढना, to figure out easy questions and then try to solve those. Okay, done. चलो. See, we are 40 minutes in the video and already we have covered half of the paper. In the next 40 minutes, we will try to cover the rest of the paper. We have not solved reading comprehension yet. ठीक है, लेकिन we are solving majority of questions from quant and reasoning. ठीक है, RC पे आते हैं. So here, can we solve some questions? जैसे question number 45. The paper is a bit lengthy. While solving, I am getting a sense that I am not able to solve questions very quickly or go through the questions very quickly. The question paper is a bit lengthy. जैसे यहाँ पे Z purchased 8 books more than X. तो Z purchased 8 books more than X. ठीक है. P and Q together purchased 21. P and Q together purchased 21. Q purchased 5 notebooks less than P. Q purchased 5 notebooks less than P. X and Y together purchased 28 and P purchased 5 notebooks more than X. ठीक है. By solving these, Q equals to P minus 5, you will get P equals to 13, Q equals to 8. ठीक है. P equals to 13 तो यहाँ से X equals to 8, X equals to 8 तो यहाँ से Y equals to 20, Z equals to 16. X plus Y plus Z plus P plus Q. Total number of books. 8 plus 20 plus 16 plus 13 plus 8. ठीक है, how many? 36 plus 16 plus 13. 40, 52 plus 6, 13. 65. Total number of books are 65. The price of one book is 40. Total price. 65 into 40. 0, 4 5s are 20, 0, 2 carry over, 24, 2600. So 2600. Answer will be option A. Question number 45, answer will be option A. Done? Okay. A man started from home at 2:30 hours and drove to a village arriving this. This can be a tricky question. Let's solve it later. Person X wants to distribute some pen among this. चलो ये भी बाद में करते हैं, है ना? Let's move. Six persons A, B, C, D, E, F are sitting equidistant from each other around a circular table. Question number 48. Consider the questions and two statements. ठीक है, डेटा सफिशिएंसी है, चलो देख लेते हैं. Who is sitting on the immediate left of A? B is sitting opposite to C and D is sitting opposite to E. So from statement 1, question number 48. ठीक है, statement 1. There are 6 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So B is sitting opposite to C and D is sitting opposite to E. Now D and E can be anywhere. So statement 1 won't give you. Also statement 1 is no comment on A. Not sufficient. Now statement 2. Let's try to solve by statement 2. F is sitting on the immediate left of B. This is B. F is sitting immediate left of B. Still no info on A. Not sufficient. Now again statement 1 and statement 2 together. Statement 1 and statement 2 together. Now suppose B is opposite to C and F is immediate left of C. That means now also D is sitting opposite to E. Okay, so D and E can be anywhere here. D and E can be anywhere here. A is left, A will be here. Now we need to answer who is sitting on the immediate left of A. Immediate left of A, we don't know with surety. We don't know who is sitting immediate left of A with surety because there are two possibilities. It can be D and it can be E, right? We don't know. So इसीलिए this is not sure. तो इसका आंसर क्या होगा? Again, the data is not sufficient. Both statement 1 and 2 are not sufficient to answer this question. 48 done. You can do this question like this. Try करें 49. चलो question number 49 try करते हैं. This is very fun, right? If you once get into habit of solving questions, na, you will find it very easy first of all, and then very interesting. Okay, now you can solve new questions every day. Suppose here, what is the age of Manisha? Statement 1. Manisha is 24 years younger than her mother. Manisha plus 24 equals to mother. We can't say what is the age of Manisha from statement 1. Statement 2. 5 years later, the age of Manisha and her mother will be in the ratio 3:5. That means Manisha, 5 years later is Manisha plus 5 upon mother plus 5 equals to 3:5. Still, by using this, we can't say. But when we combine statement 1 and 2, two equation, two variables. Now you will be able to tell the Manisha age, also mother. You need not find the age itself. You don't have to find the age itself. You know that statement 1 and 2 together are sufficient to answer the question, because statement 1 and 2 are leading you to two equations, and if there are two equations in two variables, you can always solve the question to get to the answer. So now I know both statement 1 and 2 together are sufficient to answer the question together. ठीक है, तो इसका आंसर क्या हो जाएगा? ऑप्शन पहला क्वेश्चन. Up to this point, we were getting option D only. Here you will get option C, that both statement 1 and 2 are sufficient to answer the question together. ठीक है, right? चलो question number 44 done है, 49 sorry. Now question number 50. 6 lectures A, B, C, D, E, each of 1 hour. ठीक है, so such questions are done by doing the table. कैसे बनाते हैं टेबल? So there are 6 lectures from 8 to 2. So 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1 and 1 to 2. ठीक है, we'll make different scenarios. Statement 2 is saying there is no lecture after B. Question is, which lecture is in the third period? From this statement we can't answer alone. Lecture F is preceded by A and followed by C. There are possibility of 3 different lectures. We don't know with surety. If we combine statement 1 and 2 together, ठीक है, this will be, there are no lectures after B, so this will be B, B, B. F is preceded by A followed by C. 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 There are possible case 1, case A, case B, case C. There are 3 cases. Third lecture can be of C, can be of A, can be of F. With surety we can't say. So we can't answer this question by using both these statements together. We have used information from both these statements, but we can't answer. Both statement 1 and 2 are not sufficient to answer the question. Question number 50 done. So in 2022, they gave you good amount of data sufficiency questions, but if you see, most of those were on the easier side, right? ठीक है, question done. Let's move to the next thing. आते हैं भाई, आते हैं, आरसी पे भी आएंगे. Let's solve some quant and reasoning questions. ठीक है, ओके चलो, यहाँ पे आर देयर एनी क्वेश्चंस वी नीड टू डू? सो पीएनसी का एक क्वेश्चन है, क्वेश्चन नंबर 54. लेट्स ट्राई दिस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 54. लेट ए बी सी रिप्रेजेंट डिस्टिंक्ट नॉन जीरो डिजिट्स. ठीक है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फोकस ऑन नॉन जीरो डिस्टिंक्ट डिजिट्स. ठीक है, सपोज एक्स इज द सम ऑफ ऑल पॉसिबल 3 डिजिट नंबर फॉर्म्ड बाय एबीसी विदाउट रिपीटिशन. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली एबीसी आर 3 डिस्टिंक्ट डिजिट्स. x is the sum of all the possible numbers from those 3 digits. ठीक है, consider the following statements. The 4 digit least value of x. Least digits, first of all, least digits will give you least sum. Least digits are 1, 2, 3. What are the numbers, all the numbers possible from these 3 digits? 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. What is the sum? X here, x is least. Least when all the 3 digits are least. Least value of x is nothing but 1332. Right? The first statement is the 4 digit least value of x is 1332. Right? Correct. First statement is correct. Second statement is saying the 3 digit greatest value of x is 888. You have just found out the least value and it is nothing but 1332. The greatest value can't be lesser than the least possible values, hence this statement is wrong. For the least 3 digits 1, 2, 3, you found out the possible sum of all these 3 digit number formed by 1, 2, 3. The solution is 13, the sum is 1332. You can't get 888 in any of these situations. So only one. Which of the statement are correct? Only one. Okay, this is a good question. You need basics. First of all, you should know how to apply permutation and combination here, how to find the 6 possible digits, for 6 possible numbers, and then the sum. Okay, done. Again, a question from PNC. Then there is a numeric lock which has 3-digit pin. The pin contains digit from 1 to 7. So digits are 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These are the digits we can use for the pin. No repetition. There is no repetition of the digits. The digits in the pin from left to right are in decreasing order from left to right. Any 2 digits in the pin differ by at least 2. Any 2 digits in the pin differ by at least 2. The meaning of this is, if the first digit is 7, the second digit can't be 6. It will be 5, 4, 3 and so on, right? So if I try to now find all the possible such 3-digit numbers, suppose this is 7, the next digit can be 5, again gap of 2, it can be 3. Similarly, when 7 and 5, I can take 2. Again, the difference between the digits is at least 2. At least 2 means it can be 2, 3, 4 and so on, but at least the difference should be 2. 7, 5, 2 ho gaya, then 7, 5, 1. Now, I can't find any more options from 5. Let's move to 7, 4. 7, 4, 2. 7, 4, 1. Again 7, 3, 1. No such case, no remaining cases from 7. Total 6 here. Now I will start with 6. 6. I can't use 5. I will use 4. I can't use 3. I will use 2. 6, 4, 1. 6, 3, 1. 3 cases here. 5, 3, 1. Only 1 case here. Sorry. Total there are 10 cases. So the answer for this question is 10. Question number 55 done. Okay. Right. Chalo. There are equidistance points on a circle. How many different right angle triangles can be formed? Again, a PNC based question. But here you need to understand the geometry. There are 8 points on a circle. Here is 1 point. Here is 1 point. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You should know that if you make, this is 1 diameter. Okay, how many diameters are possible? If you make a triangle on the circumference from any diameter, there are the triangle formed is a right angle triangle. Here the triangle is right angle triangle. Okay. So from this diameter alone, suppose D1, how many triangles are possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D1 में 6. Similarly, how many diameters are there? There are 4 diameters. One was this. This is the second diameter, third and fourth diameter. There are 4 diameters. And from each of these diameters, you can make 6 triangles. So D2 say you will make 6. D3 say you will make 6 and D4 say you will make 6. In total, you will make 24 triangles which are right angle triangle when 8 points are on the circumference of a circle. Here, first of all, you should know the counting method. Second, you should know how the geometry works. That all the triangles formed by taking diameter as their base are right angle triangle. Okay? So, यहाँ पे answer will be 6, 6, 6, 24. Okay? 56 done. Let's move to the next part. 12 men and 12 women can do a piece of work. Again, in a previous question where Manisha's and mother's age was discussed, I told you if there are 2 variables and 2 equations, you can solve it. Suppose similarly you need 3 equations and 3 variables to solve 3 variables. Here question number 57. Question number 57. 12 men. Suppose men's efficiency is M. 12 men plus 12 women can do the work, total work. Okay? 3 variables. You don't know the efficiency, how many amounts of units a man works in a day. Similarly, you don't know about the working capacity of the woman and you don't know the total work. First equation, there are 3 variables: work, efficiency of men and efficiency of the woman. Second, in how many days 12 men and 24 women, okay, right? Here they work for 30 days. They work for 30 days. Second, you don't know 12 men plus 24 women work for D days equals to complete work. Okay? You don't know what is work, you don't know what is the efficiency of men, efficiency of women, and still you need to find the number of days it will take to complete this task, right? So here, because the number of variables greater than number of equations, no solution, or data inadequate, because the data given to you is not sufficient to answer the question. Okay? So in such questions you can do this, right? क्या आपको, you know that the number of variables are more than the number of equations, so you can't solve those equations. If there are 3 variables, you need 3 equations to solve them. If there are 2 variables, you need 2 variables to solve them. If there are 4 variables, you need 4 equations to solve them. Okay? So here the data is inadequate. Done hai. Question number 58 is one of the easiest question. देखो कैसे. Now, whenever this multiplication is given to you, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, what you need to do is check if the number is completely divisible. Anytime the remainder in the options is given as 0, check if 1261 can completely divide this number or not. Okay? Okay? So, if I want to see, is it divisible by 3? No. Is it divisible by 7? 7 1 756? No. Is it divisible by 11? 11 1? No. Is it divisible by 13? 13 9s are 117, 91. So this is divisible by 13. Basically, it is nothing but 13 into 9 is 7. Right? Now, whenever you are dividing this complete multiplication by 13 into 97, 97 is divided by this, and 13 sevens are 13 sevens are, right? 13 sevens are 91. So the number, the multiplication is completely divisible by 1261. So the remainder is 0. है ना? Simple. Whenever you see the remainder as 0 in the option, try to check one thing: if you can divide the given multiplication or addition completely by the given number. Here 1261 will completely divide this whole multiplication from 91 up to 99. Done hai. Question number 59. Good question actually. Very smart question. This time UPSC played well. Boys played well, right? Similarly, UPSC played well. Kaise? They have given you 2 statements. See, first let's look at the second statement. There is a rectangle of, this is 8 and this is 20 dimension. Can you divide this into 10 equal triangles? So basically when you have to divide it into 10 equal triangles, first try to see if you can divide this in 5 equal rectangles. So you can, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can divide these rectangles into triangles. So there are 10 triangles possible. So statement 2 is correct. Now comes the statement 1. They have asked you, is it possible to cut the sheet exactly into square sheets? Where most of you make the mistake is you all try to form 4 squares of equal dimension. The statement is not saying that all these square sheets should be of equal dimension. The statement is saying if you can divide this into 4 square sheets. Actually you can. See, this is 20, right? Suppose this is 4 and 4. This is 8. This total is, and this is 8. So this is a 8 into 8 square. This is 8 into 8 square. This is 4 into 4 square. This is 4 into 4 square. There are 4 squares. Hence this question is very good, because they have not asked you to make the squares both of the same dimension. They have asked you if you can divide a rectangle sheet into 4 equal rectangular sheet into 4 square sheets. Yes, you can. Okay, so these are very smart questions. This is a very good question. In the heat of things, when you are solving questions one after another, to think of this, right, and answer it correctly, you need good presence of mind, right, and good aptitude. Okay, chalo done. Next देखें. Next is just equations. ठीक है, I am solving question number 60 on this side. Suppose they have given you question number 60 में क्या बोल रहे हैं भाई? Almost 1 hour है ना? चलो. 70% of x is added to another number y. The sum becomes 70% of x is 0.7x is added to y. It becomes 165% of y. By solving this, 0.7x equals to 0.65y, right? Okay. From this you can conclude y is greater than x, because for equating you needed to multiply y with a lesser value. That means y is greater than x. Okay. Second, this is the first point. What is the second point? When 60% of x, 0.6x, is added to another number z, the number becomes 165, which is 1.65 z. Here 0.6x equals to 0.65y. Here x is multiplied with a lesser value, that means x is greater than z. Okay. Now y is greater than x is greater than z, so the final arrangement will be y is greater than x greater than z. Option A. This is a inequality question. Inequality questions are increasing day by day in your UPSC CSAT. This year also we got some questions, and you can expect more inequalities questions in the coming year 2026 attempt, right? So get prepared, try to solve questions from inequalities, how to attempt these questions, what are the methods to solve these questions. Whenever we will drop videos on YouTube regarding these, you can see how to approach these questions there also. Here I have told you how to get to the answer. Okay, chalo. Done. Let's take a break of 2 minutes and then we'll continue. Okay, let's continue. So let's try to solve question number 64. Okay, what is question number 64 and how you can solve these questions? Question number 64. I told you that if all the things in the question are in percentages and all the options are in percentages, you can start the question by 100, है ना? But if all the things in the questions are in percentages, but in the options there are exact values given, you can't start with 100. You need to start with 100x, 1000x, 10,000x. Because here I know I have to apply percentage twice, I am starting with 1000x. Let the total population be 1000x. Let the total population be 1000x. Two candidates X and Y contested an election. 80% of voters cast their votes and there were no invalid votes. How many casted? 80%. 80% of 1000 is nothing but 800x. Winner, ठीक है, loser. Winner got 56%. Winner got 56% of the vote. ठीक है, and loser got 44%. 56% of 800x is nothing but x, right? 50%, 100 gone, 8 6 are 48, 4 carry over, 448. Remaining loser will get how many votes? If 1000x were the total votes, he will get 352 votes. Difference of votes, difference is 448x minus 352x, ठीक है, is equals to 1440 votes. 1440 votes. Now you need to do the difference, which is 96x equals to 1440. 12 say if I divide this is 8x, and 12 say if I divide 120x. If I do this, x equals to 15. Now x equals to 15. If x equals to 15, total population 1000x, 1000 into 15. 15,000. So the total population is nothing but 15,000. The answer to this question is 15,000. Okay, you can solve these questions like this. चलो आगे चले. One of the most easy question in 2022. 2022 paper was of good quality. Right here you can see. In the last paper also I told you how to solve these questions without using LCM. Similarly, I am doing it today also. What is the smallest number greater than 1000 that when divided by 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 leaves the remainder 3? First of all, remove the remainder. You will get 1060, 1070, 1080, 1180. Now the number is divisible by 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Divisibility by 9. Divisibility by 9. Divisibility by 9. Divisibility of 9 is all sum of all the digits should be divisible by 9. Only 1080 is divisible by 9. So the answer will be this only. We can't use this. Right? So answer for question number 65 is nothing but option C. Okay? Clearly you can see only 1080 is divisible by 9. You need not check the divisibility rule of any other. Because the number should be divisible by all these numbers. So it should be divisible by 9 also. But here you can see it is not divisible by only 1080 is divisible by 9 and rest of the numbers are not divisible by 9. Okay. So you can solve it like this. Now question number 66 is based on representation of number. So there are multiple methods. How I solve it is, what I will do is question number 66. They have given you two numbers, P into Q equals to 2430, where P is a 2-digit number. Suppose P is a 2-digit number. P is a 2-digit number, suppose AB, and Q is a 2-digit number which is reversed. This is BA. First of all, the unit digit of the multiplication is 0. Unit digit multiplication is 0. That means One of the digit is 5, other digit is an even number. They have told you, and both the numbers are a 2-digit number, so we can't use 0. So one will be 5, another will be 2. You can do by that method, unit digit, or there is one more method. What I will do is I will prime factorize this. Prime factorize this. This is nothing but 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 5 into 5 to the power 1. I will try to break this multiplication into two numbers in which I can find the digits reversed. Suppose 2 into 3, 6 into 3 to the power 4 into 5 to the power 1. 2-digit number chahiye na, so we can't start with this. 2-digit number is, we are getting 2-digit number from 2 into 3 into 3, 9 to 18. So this is 18 into 3 to the power 3 into 5. This will be 27 into 5, 3-digit number. This can't happen again. Next, I will multiply 18 into 3, which is 54. So I can get the multiplication as, this multiplication is 54 into 9 into 5, 45. See, I got the numbers. The number is P is nothing but 54, Q is nothing but 45. What I tried to do is, I first of all prime factorize 2 into 3 to the power 5 into 5 to the power 1, and then I tried to break it down into two parts and tried to find two 2-digit numbers, right? When I got to 54 and 45, I see 54 into 45 is nothing but 2430. The difference here, 54 minus 45, is nothing but 9. So the answer to this question is 9. So this method is a short method to solve such questions. You will learn the longer method in the class, right? Class में आप लोगों ने सीख लिया होगा. I am telling you the shorter method or a trick to solve such questions. ठीक है? I can do this by unit digit. पहले मैं 0 लूंगा, फिर 5 लूंगा, 2 लूंगा. I will solve a quadratic equation. The solution is of almost 1.5 page. But I am telling you, you can do such questions quickly by using this method, by breaking the prime factors into two parts where you get two 2-digit numbers and the multiplication leads you to 2430. Okay, chalo. Question number 66 is one of the easiest question. You should not leave such questions in the exam. How? First, P is a prime number, Q is a composite number, can be an odd number. So prime number is 3, composite number is 9, can be 27, odd. Done. Second, Q is a composite number, 3 is a prime number, can be a prime number. Okay, 9 by 3, again 3 can be a prime number, right? Third, P plus Q can be a prime number. Again, suppose I am taking prime number as 2, I am taking the composite number as 9, it is 11. This is also possible. So all the three, 1, 2, 3 are possible. So the answer for this question is all. 67 done. Simple question, very simple question actually, है ना? बहुत ही ज़्यादा easy question है 67. 68 is based on clock. चलो clock करते हैं, clock तो easy होता है, reasoning. ठीक है, right? 68. पहले statement 2, between 458 and 459 both minute hand and second hand. In a minute, the second hand complete the full circle. So it is obvious that it will cross the minute hand and the hour hand once every minute. That means the minute hand and the second hand will meet between 450 and 459. So this statement is correct. Correct. Let's check the first statement. First statement, between 316 and 317 both the hands of the clocks coincide. Formula for theta equals to 30h minus 11 by 2m. Here theta equals to 0 degree. H is between, basically the time is between 3 and 4. So h is 3. We need to find m. है ना? So यहाँ से 0 equals to 30 into 3 minus 11 by 2m. 11 by 2m equals to 90 and m equals to 180 by 11. If you divide this, this is nothing but 11 ones are 11, we are left with 17. This is 16, 4 by 11. Between 16 and 17 minutes past 3 o'clock. So basically the time will be between 3:16 and 3:17, which is given to us in the question also. Okay, so this is also correct. The first statement is also correct. So both these statements are correct, both 1 and 2. Second statement I am repeating again. Second hand completes the circle in a minute and hence it will cross or coincide with both the minute and hour and once every minute. Okay, agar if some of you have any doubt in this concept, so I am repeating it again and again so that you don't have any doubt on it, right? Chale aage. This is a difficult question, we will solve it later. Pie charts are simple. Let's solve question number 70. ठीक है, so degree to percentage we do 5 by 18, percentage to degree angle we do 18 by 5. Here we need to calculate A, B, C, D, E in a household. B, C, D, E correspond to 90, 50, 40, 75. So basically A plus 90 plus 50 degree plus 45 degree plus 75 degree equals to total 360 degree. A is nothing but 360 degree minus 140 degree minus this is 775 by 120 degree. So A is nothing but 100 degree. Degree to percentage is into 5 by 8. So this is 100 into 5 by 18 percent, 50 by 9. This is nothing but 250 by 9%. Simple question. So you should search these types of questions in the paper. ठीक है, डन चलेगा. चलो आगे चलें. बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस कर लिए हमने. We need to get to reading comprehension now. In 2022 reading comprehension was of good level. ठीक है. Nowadays they have given you easy questions in reading comprehension. चलो लास्ट पे आ गए. Let's solve this. Some of the questions here. ये तो सिंपल है यार. This is nothing but 15 factorial है ना. So question number 74. How to find any prime factor? How to find any prime factor in factorial? What you need to do is divide this 15 by 3 to the power 1. We need to find the quotient plus 15 by 3 to the power 2 plus 15 by 3 to the power 3 and so on. What is the quotient when 15 is divided by 3? 5. What is the quotient when 15 is divided by 3 ka square, which is 15 by 9, which is 1, 0 and so on. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 hai na? So basically in 15 factorial the power of 3 is nothing but 6. The answer here will be 6. ठीक है, here the answer will be 6. Done. I hope समझ आ रहा है ना. ठीक है, ओके चलो ये हो गया. लेट्स मूव टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 75. क्वेश्चन नंबर 75. 75 is a series based question. अभी यहाँ पे आ ही गए तो सारे क्वेश्चन निपटा ही देते हैं इस पेज के. आई एम सीइंग क्वेश्चंस इजी है, ये भी ठीक है, ये थोड़ा ठीक क्वेश्चन है एंड हियर चलो हो जाएंगे है ना. 78 is a good question. 75. What is the value of x in the sequence? So you have 2, you have 12, you have 36, 80, 150 and x. Basically the first thing you do is take the difference. Again you need to check the difference. Here you will find that the third difference is same, plus 6 plus 6. Similarly, we will do plus 6 here. This will become 32 and this difference will be plus 102. So x will be nothing but 150 plus 102. This is nothing but 252. So the answer for this question number 75 is nothing but 252. ठीक है, done. Question number 76. Look at this question very carefully. One non-zero digit, one vowel and one consonant from English are to be used to forming a password such that each password has to start with a vowel, end with a consonant, and this will be digit. How many vowels are there? 5. How many consonants are there? 21. How many digits are there? Non-zero digits. Non-zero digits. 9. So basically the total number possible are total codes possible are 5, 9 into 21. How many such passwords can be generated? So basically 45 into 21. 45 into 21. So 45 into 20 is 900, 945. Total number of these combinations are 945. ठीक, 76 is done, है ना? Right, 77 is a good question. चलो कर लेते हैं, अभी good questions भी आ ही रहे हैं, यहाँ पे पहुंच गए हैं तो, या तो reading comprehension की बात कर लेंगे, don't worry. We will solve the difficult questions later. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is equal to their product. How many such possibilities are there? This is a good question, but it is solvable if you know the condition. Whenever you have to assume 3 consecutive numbers, the consecutive numbers are, you can take any, but I am taking one to make this calculation easy. A minus 1, A plus 1. What they are condition is, condition sum A minus 1 plus A plus 1 is given to you as A into A minus 1 into A plus 1. The sum on the left hand side is 3 of A, right hand side it will be A into A square minus 1, A plus 1, A plus B, A minus B is A square minus B square, A square minus 1. This is nothing but 3 of A equals to A cube minus A. By solving this, you will get A cube equals to 4 of A. Now, the possible value of A for this to happen are, there are 3 possible values. A can be 0, A can be minus 1, minus 2, sorry, A can be minus 2 is minus 8, on the right side minus 8, and A can be 2. When A is 0, the numbers are minus 1, 0, 1. When A is minus 2, the numbers are minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. When A is 2, the numbers are 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 such cases possible where the sum of the numbers is equal to the product of the numbers. 3 consecutive numbers, the sum is equal to the product of the 3 consecutive numbers. Here you can see there are 3 such cases, so only 3 is the correct answer. This is a very good question. You need to first make the equation, find all the cases and then need to answer. Okay. Now what is the number? What is the number of form of 0.xy? Now here xy में there are possibilities. Suppose first or second digit है ना, where x and y are 0, non-zero, distinct digit. Non-zero distinct digit. How many possibilities are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Suppose the x can take 9 values. We want distinct digit. So second position पे there are 8 possibilities. Total number are 72. There are 72 such numbers with non-zero distinct digits. Right? First possibility is 9. Second possibility is 8. So total number of possible cases are 72. 79 done. Okay. Now question number 80. 80 is very good question. Very good यानी very easy question है. चलो देख लेते हैं एक बार. Question number 80. क्वेश्चन नंबर 80 क्या बोल रहा है? द एवरेज वेट ऑफ ए बी सी इज 40, दैट मीन्स a plus b plus c by 3 equals to 40. तो a plus b plus c equals to 120. Now BDE, average of BDE is equals to 42. That means b plus d plus e equals to 126. Also f is equal to b. So I can write this equation as d plus e plus f equals to 126. Now I need to find the average of A, B, C, D, E. So basically I need to find A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F by 6. This is nothing but 120 plus 126 by 6. This is 246 by 6, which is nothing but 41. Answer of this question will be 41. So basically we have started with quant and reasoning, and in 1 hour 20 minutes approx, right, we have solved most of the question. We must have left 5-7 questions, ठीक है, और ज़्यादा नहीं छोड़े होंगे. So basically more than half of the paper is done in 1.5 hour. Next we will start with the reading comprehension section. ठीक है, so let's start with the reading comprehension. Okay, so see, in 2022 most of the reading comprehension were of multiple question types. That means from the same passage they asked 2 or 3 questions. So it will take you lesser time because you have to read less, right? You have to read lesser number of passages, and if you understand the passage clearly, you can answer 2 or 3 questions very quickly. So now what we will do is, we will start with the reading comprehension. We will do all the reading comprehension question from start to end, and then we will revert back to the difficult questions from reasoning and quant which we have left. Okay, chalo, the main threat to main progress. Also one thing, reading comprehension में all the questions where these types of options are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which of the followings are correct, are on the easier side, because by eliminating only one option, one of these statements, you can sometimes get to the answer. See here, without reading the passage, unsustainability in production pattern is due to which of the following? One of the reason is given to you as expansion of recycling. Now this can't be one of the options, you know, है ना? So ये 3, ये तो directly आप हटा सकते हो without, you can remove this without even reading the passage. Now let's start with the passage. The main threat to maintaining progress in human development comes from the increasing evident unsustainability of production and consumption pattern. Okay, unsustainability of production and consumption pattern. Current production models rely heavily on fossil fuels. We now know that it is unsustainable because the resources are finite. The close link between economic growth and greenhouse gas emission needs to be severed from human development to become truly sustainable. Some developed countries have begun to alleviate the worst effects by expanding recycling. So it is one of the positive things. Here it is given incorrectly. And investing in public transport and infrastructure, but most developing countries are hampered by the high cost and low availability of clean energy, resources. Developed countries need to support developing countries' transition to sustainable human development, right? Now let's look at the statements. Heavy dependence on fossil fuels is leading to one of the causes. Limited availability of resources, both are given to you in the passage. Resources are finite and heavy dependence on fossil fuel is also given. So basically the answer will be option A. Okay, option A. Done. Okay, chalo. Consider the following statements. Developed countries can support developing countries' transition to sustainable human development by making clean energy resources available at low cost. That can be one of the options. Providing loans for improving their public transport at nominal interest rate. Encouraging them to change their production and consumption pattern. Now, production and consumption pattern change करने का there is no talk, है ना? They haven't talked about changing the production and consumption pattern and encouragement is not at all discussed कि encourage करना चाहिए. So we can't choose such an option. So 3 तो गया, right? Making clean energy source available at low cost. One of the problem is high cost and low availability, and developed countries in the passage itself given that they need to support developing countries. So this can be one of the solutions, right? Again, sustainable human development, providing loans for improving their public loans will also solve the high cost problem. So both 1 and 2 can be the correct answer for this. Okay. Next, let's see how many questions are there. There are 2. Without reading, according to the passage given above, deforestation and denudation will ultimately lead to which of these following? Shortage of land for common men, lack of water for cultivation. So if you remove 2 ना, you will get the answer directly. लेकिन फिर भी ठीक है, चलो एक बार पढ़ लेते. Unless the forces and tendencies which are responsible for destroying the country's environment are checked in the near future, and afforestation of denuded areas is taken up on a massive scale, the harshness of the climatic condition and soil erosion, so basically 1 in the next page is correct, by wind and water will increase to such an extent that agriculture, which is the mainstay of our people, will gradually become impossible. The desert countries of the world and our own desert areas in Rajasthan are a grim reminder of the consequences of large scale deforestation. Pockets of desert-like landscape are now appearing in other parts of the country, including the Satluj, Ganga plains and the Deccan plateau, where only a few decades back there used to be lush green forest with perennial streams and springs. There is only brown earth bare of vegetations without any water in the streams and springs except in the rainy season. Right? So there are multiple methods to discuss the reading comprehension. One can be that you pause the video, read the passage, understand the passage. I directly tell you what the passage is about, and then I can give you the answers, or I can read along with you. For the moment, I am reading along with you. This is how you should go through the passage. While going through the passage, I couldn't find this. Shortage of land for the common man will be one of the problems. So this statement is wrong. So statement 2 is wrong. So 2A, B, this is gone. Only C. C is the correct answer. Okay, C is the correct answer. Done? समझ में आया? What you need to do is eliminate the options which are not discussed in the passage. Okay, here this shortage of land was not discussed. Okay, so we can remove this. So the answer for this is option C. And I am telling you, wherever you are getting questions where multiple statements are given, those types of questions are on the easier side. Okay, यहाँ पे कोई है? नहीं है. Let's move here. In this passage, what they have asked you is, we prefer people with competence while doing different tasks. See, in simple matters like shoemaking, we think only a specific trained person will serve our purpose, but in politics, we presume that everyone who works knows how to get votes will govern us properly. When we are ill, we look for trained physicians whose degree is a guarantee of specific preparation and technical competence. We do not ask for the most handsome physician or the most eloquent one. Well then, when the whole state is ill, should we not look for services and guidance? Should we not look for services and guidance of the wisest and the best? Okay, so as in the case of doctor, engineer, we have a method by which one can become a good engineer or a good doctor, right? Competence होने के लिए there need to be some standard of knowledge, right? Similarly, we need to introduce that to our political system. वहाँ पे भी govern करने के लिए the people should be of some competence, right? So let's search for such options. We assume that in a democracy, any politician is qualified to administer a state. Vague. We need to find what is best reflects the message. What can be the title of the passage? Message is basically the title. No, only one aspect. Politicians should be selected from those trained in administration only. No, this is extreme. Not only administration, there are multiple aspects of governance, right? So सिर्फ उसी के लिए नहीं. We need to devise a method to bring incompetence, barring incompetence. This is the main issue. The author wants you to remove the incompetencies from the selection of these people, right? As voters select their administrator, the eligibility of politicians cannot be questioned. The passage is questioning it, right? Okay, we have to have a better method to select how these politicians are selected, right? So this is the best possible option. Most of you will get confused between option B and C. So you can't say that all the people who are coming into governance should be trained in administration. That is not necessary. Okay. This is one of the easiest passage. Basically, the passage is talking about that poverty line is just based on income. It doesn't cater to other types of problems with it, right? So which of the methodology adopted in India is to count the poor debatable? There is some confusion regarding what should constitute poverty line. Nahin. There is no uniform. It is based on proportion of poverty or mere income and buying capacity. So this is what is used. Okay, when you read the passage, you will find out it is based on the proposition of poverty of meager income or buying capacity and nothing else. Okay, done. Chalo, let's move to next. Why is income poverty only one measure of counting the poor? If you read the passage, it talks about only one kind of deprivation, ignoring all others. Societal जो issues होते हैं उनको ignore करके they are considering only the income. That's why option A. Why does the author mean by poverty of life? All deprivation in the human life which stem not only from lack of income but lack of real opportunities. Option A. Okay, this is the main point of discussion in the passage. The passage is very easy and that's why I am going quickly over this passage, because these three options you can directly find in the passage. This is info based questions directly from passage. You need not analyze. Basically, in questions of inference, implications and assumptions, you need to apply your mind. In questions of info based, where you just have to fetch information from the passage, you just have to read the passage carefully and then answer. Okay, तो ये हो गया 12, 13 and 14 done. 15, 16 बाद में करेंगे. Let's move to this. Now here they have given you three questions, assumptions on the same passage. Let's look at the passage and then we'll try to answer the question. ठीक है, चलो करें एक बार, जल्दी जल्दी करते हैं थोड़ा. In some places in the world, the productivity of staples such as rice and wheat has reached a plateau. ठीक है, neither new strains nor fancy agrochemicals are raising the yields, nor is there much unfarmed land left that is suitable to be brought under the law. If global temperature continue to rise, some place will become unsuitable for farming. Application of technology can help overcome these problems. Agricultural technology is changing fast. Much of this change is brought about by affluent farmers in the West Americas. Techniques developed in the West are best adopted in some places to make tropical crops more productive. Technology is of little use if it is not adapted. In the developing world, that applies as much as to existing farming techniques as it does to the latest advances in genetic modification. Extending to the small holders and subsistence farming of Africa and Asia, the best of today's agricultural practices in such simple matters as how much fertilizers to apply and when. Leave alone the technology. In most of the areas, people don't know how to use the fertilizers. That is also one of the problems. Would lead to a greatly increased availability of food for humanity. Now, if you solve this basic problem, there will be more availability of food for everyone. So would things like better roads and storage facilities to allow for the carriage of surpluses to markets and reduce wastage. Okay, now let's look at one question at a time. Based on the above passage, the following assumption have been made. Development of agricultural technology is only confined to developed countries. Developing technology is not adopted in developing countries. Both are wrong, right? It is not confined only to, it is extreme. Again, Agriculture technology is not adapted in developing. It is not adapted at a large scale as it may be in the West or Americas, but it is adopted, right? You can't say it is not adopted in developing countries. Again, extreme. Which option? Option number D. Option number D. Second, based on the above passage, the following assumption have been: poor countries need to bring about change in their existing farming techniques. This is discussed. Yes, this can be one of the assumptions. Developed countries have better infrastructure and they waste less food. Not given in the passage, beyond the scope of the passage. This is your bias. You can't tick this option until unless it is clearly stated in the passage or hinted at from the passage. They have not given you any hint that the developed countries have better infrastructure and they waste less food. Even if infrastructurally I can say there are some points in the passage, wastage of food, if you see people in West waste more food. Okay, so यहाँ पे this is one only. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Growing enough food for the future generation will be a challenge, right? This can be a challenge. Corporate farming we haven't talked about it. So this can be one of the challenge discussed in the passage. The passage is written on the pretext that these things will lead to a problem of food shortages, right? So this is option A. Again, option A, one only. Done. चलो आगे चलें. आगे कहाँ पे है, हमको कहाँ जाना है? Natural selection. How many questions are there? 31, 32, 33. There are 3 questions on this. Let's solve question number 34 first. With steady economic growth, higher literacy and increasing skill levels, the number of Indian middle class families have gone up exponentially. Direct result of the affluence have been changes in dietary pattern and energy consumption level. ठीक है, people have moved to higher protein based diet like milk products, fish and meat, all of which need significant amount of water to produce. Then cereal based diets, increasing use of electronics and electronic machine gadgets and motor vehicles needs more and more energy, and generation of energy needs water. Now important thing is this: because of food, water is essential, water is essential. The center point of the passage is water. How usage of water will change based on the changes in the preference of people in diet as well as consumption of energy, both. Which of the following is the crux, the main idea? Crux is main idea of the passage. Here, people should be persuaded to continue with the mainly Indian traditional. No. India needs to focus on developing agricultural productivity and capacity for more. So this is not the problem. Modern technological development result in change in cultural and social behavior. This is not the main point. The main point is water management practices in India needs to change dramatically in coming years. Okay, right? So option D. ठीक है, done. Now let's move to question number क्या होगा हमारा? 31, 32, 33. Let's solve these two. चलो, let's see. ठीक है. Natural selection cannot anticipate future environments on the earth. Therefore, the set of existing organisms can never be fully prepared for environmental catastrophes that awaits life. An outcome of this is extinction of these species which cannot overcome environmental adversities. This failure to survive in modern terms can be attributed to the genomes which are unable to withstand geological vagaries of biological mishaps. ठीक है. In biological evolutions on the earth, extinction of species have been a major feature. The earth may presently have up to 10 million species, yet more than 90% of the species that have ever lived on the earth are now extinct. Okay. Once again, the creationist doctrines fail to satisfactorily address why a divine creator will firstly bother to create millions of species and then allow why a divine creator will firstly bother to create millions of species and then allow them to perish. The Darwinian explanation for extinction life is once again simple, elegant, and at once convincing. Organisms go extinct as a function of environmental or biological assaults for which their inheritance deems them inequipped. Okay, they are not equipped to handle the changes. Therefore, the so-called Darwinian theory of evolution is not a theory at all. Okay, now they are saying it is not a theory. Why? Evolution happens. This is a fact. The passage is talking about that this is a fact. The mechanism of evolution is amply supported by scientific data. Indeed, to date, no single zoological, botanical, geological, genetics or physical evidence has refuted either of the central two main Darwinian ideas. If religion is not taken into consideration, Darwinian laws are acceptable just like the laws, okay? Not as theory, laws, facts proposed by Copernicus, Galileo, Newton or Einstein, set of natural laws that explain natural phenomena in the universe. So basically they are saying it is a fact, evolution, right? Species will perish, right? And more species will come, they will again perish and this will go on. This is a fact and not a theory anymore, right? So according to the passage, this is given. Now, according to the passage, natural selection cannot anticipate future environments of the earth as. So one of the four statement is wrong. Let's try to find it. Species not fully prepared to face the environment changes that await them will face extinction, correct? All the existing species would get extinct. All these species would get extinct as their genomes will not withstand biological mishaps. Inability to genome to withstand environmental changes would result in extinction. Yes, extinction of species is a common feature. So basically, this is an extreme statement. We don't know if all the species will perish. Suppose there is a species which can survive, right? Extinction will happen, but doesn't mean that extinction will of all the species will happen. That means it is an extreme statement. So you have to remove two. So only option available is C. The passage suggests that Darwinian theory of evolution is not a theory at all because extinction is a function of environmental and biological assaults. This is directly given to you. This is a fact. Given to you directly in the passage. Last में, with reference to the passage, the following assumptions have been made. Now, assumption में let's be very careful. More than 90% of the species of the earth are on the danger of extinction. Now, this information is not given beyond the scope of the passage. We can remove two. Now, between 1 and 3, we have one correct. Darwin theory explains all the natural phenomena. All? No. It explains extinction. This is extreme. So this is wrong. Only one. Okay, done. So answer will be only one for question number 33. Let's go to the next few questions. Okay, these are philosophical passage, very interesting. So what the passage is talking about is for 2 or 3 generations past, ever increasing number of individuals have been living as workers merely, not as human beings. An excessive amount of labor is ruled today in every circle of society with the result that man's spiritual element cannot thrive. He finds it very difficult to spend his little leisure in serious activities. He does not want to think, or he cannot even if he wants to. He seeks not self-improvement but entertainment which would enable him to be mentally idle and forget his usual activities. So basically पहला कि काम में इतना ज़्यादा busy है, time नहीं मिल रहा, they don't have time for leisure. Leisure में भी है तो they don't have time for self-improvement. What they want is to remain idle and just sit and watch something and just pass time. They don't want to work hard in the remaining time after work hours. Therefore, the so-called culture of our age is dependent more on cinema than on theatre, more on newspaper, magazines and more than on newspaper, magazines and crime stories than on serious literature. The passage is based on the idea that men should not work hard. The great evil of our age is overstrain. Men cannot think well. Men cannot care for his spiritual welfare. So basically, the main thing of the passage is the great evil of our age is overstrain. So 41 ka answer is this. Done. यही होगा. Man does not seek self improvement because he is incapable. ठीक है. Extreme. Has no time to do so. He has time to do so. Contextually wrong है ये. This is against the passage. Is distracted by materialism. No talk. Loves amusement. Is mentally idle. Basically he wants to rest. Right. So basically answer will be option D. ठीक है. Simple. This is one of the easy passage. ठीक है. Most of the questions are easy because if you understand the passage, right, so you will get to the answers accurately. Reading comprehension में this is one of the advantages कि अगर आपको you know how to understand the passage and how to eliminate options and what are the meanings of different words, keywords in the passages, you will do at least, I am telling you, at least 18 to 20 questions correct out of 27. And if you are good in reading comprehension, you are able to solve 18 to 20 questions from 27, your CSAT paper is done. You need not worry क्योंकि you will solve at least some of the easy questions from reasoning and quant. चलें आगे चलें. There are how many? Passage 2, there are 2 questions. Let's try to solve them. The demographic dividend, which has become in India as an expected to last another few decades, is a great window of opportunity. The demographic dividend is basically a swelling in the working age population, which means that relative ratio of very young to very old will for a while be on a decline. For the experience Ireland and China, we know that this can be a source of energy and an engine of economic growth. The demographic dividend tends to raise a nation's saving rate, since in any nation it is the working age population that is the main saver. And since the saving rate is an important driver of growth, this should help elevate our growth rate. However, the benefits of demographic dividend depends on the quality of the working age population, and this implies bringing back the importance of education, acquisition of skills and human capital. Which of the following would invariably happen in a country when the demographic dividend has begun to operate? The number of illiterate people will decrease. We can't say for sure that it will decrease, right? If the population is increasing, more population is coming in the working age, that doesn't mean that illiterate people will decrease. So 1 can't be the answer. Okay, the only option is option B. The ratio of very old and very old will decline for a trial, right? Population growth rate will quickly stabilize. It won't stabilize. Okay, so option B. With reference to the passage, which of the following inference can be drawn? Inference is conclusion. Demographic dividend is an essential condition for a country to rapidly increase. Essential condition makes it extreme. Promotion of higher education is an essential condition for a country. Again, extreme. No extreme options. Neither one not. ठीक है, डन. चले आगे. ये भी हो गया. ऑप्शन डी हो गया 44 का, है ना. इजी था ये भी. फिर क्या है? हाउ मेनी क्वेश्चंस आर देयर? और कितने बचे? चलो. इन एन देयर इज 1 पैसेज एंड 1 आंसर. ठीक है, 1 क्वेश्चन. In an economic organization, allowing mankind to benefit by the productivity of machines should lead to very good life of leisure. And much leisure is apt to be tedious, except for those who have intelligent activities of interest. What is the meaning of this passage? In an economic organization, allowing mankind to be benefit of the productivity of machines should lead to a very good life of leisure. That means when productivity through machines increases, people have more time as leisure. ठीक है. Now, leisure is apt for only those who have intelligent activities to invest their time. People who don't know how to invest their time, that leisure time can become a hectic thing, right, to handle, right? If the leisured population is to be happy, it must be an education population and must be educated with a view of enjoyment as well as the direct usefulness of technological knowledge. Basically, मशीन की प्रोडक्टिविटी की वजह से अगर आपको टाइम मिल जाए, इफ बाय द इंक्रीज ऑफ प्रोडक्शन थ्रू मशीन्स यू आर गेटिंग टाइम, लेजर टाइम नाउ, you can enjoy that time only if you have intelligent activities to do or you know how to enjoy that time, right? Activities नहीं होंगी तो you will get bored, you will create ruckus. Which of the following statement best reflects the underlying tone of the passage. Underlying tone matlab basically representing the same thing given in the passage. Only an educated population can best make use of the benefits of economic progress. All economic development should be aimed at creation of leisure. No, this should not be our aim. An increase in the educated population in the country leads to increase in happiness of the population. No, not necessary. Use of machine should be encouraged in order to create. No, only an educated population can best make use of benefits of. Yes, 51 का A होना चाहिए because only the people who know how to make use of this leisure time will have better understanding to use that time. ठीक है 51 कितना है इसमें भाई? There are two questions based on passage 2. So read it carefully. I am also reading. If presents bring less thrill now that we are grown up, perhaps it is because we have too much already. Or perhaps it is because we have lost the fullness of joy of giving and with its fullness of joy of receiving. We are not happy. कुछ खुशी दे के भी नहीं मिल रही, लेके भी नहीं मिल रही, उस टाइप की कोई सिचुएशन है. Children's fear are poignant, their miseries are acute, but they do not look forward nor far backward. How children are different from adults? They don't look into their past or future, they remain in present. Their joys are clear and complete because they have not yet learned always to add but to every proposition. Perhaps we are too cautious, too anxious, too skeptical. Perhaps some of our cares would shrink if we thought less about them and entered with more single-minded enjoyment into the happiness that come our way. So basically it is comparing two things, children with adults. They are saying that adults have less capacity to enjoy now. Why? Because they have more things to do, they worry too much and they add but to every situation and make it worse, right? So let's see, with reference to the passage, which one of the following statement is correct? It is not possible for adults to feel thrilled. Extreme. There can be more than one reason why adults feel less thrilled by presents. हो सकता है. The author does not know why adults feel less thrilled by present. Author knows and that's why he has written the passage. Adults have less capacity to feel the joy of loving and being loved. There can be more than one reason why adults feel less thrilled by present. This is option B. ठीक है? Done. पानी. Let's take a break for 2 minutes and then we'll continue. Okay? Let's continue. The author of the passage is against worrying too much about the past and future, being in the habit of thinking about presents, not being thrilled by the new things, giving and receiving joy only partially. Basically, he is worried about this, worrying too much about past and future. That's why he gave you an example of the children as well, right? Children do things differently. They don't think about the past or future too much. Okay, done. How many more questions from reading comprehension? Maybe 4 or 5. Majority, so basically 2022 reading comprehensions, some of the students found it difficult. Why? Because most of the passages were philosophical, right? तो उसमें थोड़ा सा difficult पड़ता है, ठीक है? Here also, the majority of people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally easily influenced. People who fail to accumulate money are easily influenced by the opinions of others. They permit the newspapers and the gossiping neighbors to do their thinking for them. Opinions are the cheapest commodity on the earth. Everyone has a flock of opinions ready to be wished upon by anyone who will accept them. If you are influenced by opinion when you reach decision, you will not succeed in any undertaking, right? So that is given in the passage. Which one of the following is implied? Natural consequence. Most of the people do not accumulate money for their means. Most of the people never fail. There are people who are influenced, fail. Wrong. There are people who fail to accumulate money for their needs, right? This is the point. There are some people. Most people do not accumulate. We can't say most, many, right? There is no need to accumulate money. Actually, there is need to accumulate money and that is discussed. है ना? Option C. Main idea of the passage, crux of the passage, people should not be influenced by the opinions of others. People should accumulate as much money as possible. People should neither give nor accept opinions. People will succeed in under. So basically, people should not be influenced by the opinions of others. This is the main idea of the passage. Done? 62. इसका ऑप्शन ए, द सोशल ऑर्डर इज अ सेक्रेड राइट which is the basis of all other rights. Social order is the sacred right which is the basis of all other rights. Nevertheless, this right does not come from nature and must therefore be founded in convention. With reference to the above passage, which of the following statement is are correct? Conventions are the source of rights of men. Rights of men can be exercised only when there is social order, right? Correct. Because social order is a sacred right which is the basis of all rights. So this is correct. Rights of men can be exercised only when there is a social order. Conventions are the source of the rights of men. Nevertheless, these rights does not come from nature, therefore did not be found. So we need to found them in convention. Both C, both 1 and 2. Simple. Basically 2 lines are given above and 2 lines are given below. You can do this. How many questions are done? कितना हो गया? 63. We need to do few more, right? चलो देख लेते हैं. रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन ऑलमोस्ट ओवर हो गया है ना. इसके बाद वी विल गेट बैक टू द डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, चलो यहाँ पे वी हैव 1 2 3 क्वेश्चंस एंड देन वी आर डन विथ रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन. देन विल गेट टू बी बैक टू द रीजनिंग एंड क्वांट क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, पहले 73 कर लेते. How best can the problems of floods and droughts be addressed so that the losses are minimal and the system becomes resilient? In the context, one important point that needs to be noted is that India gets too much water, about 75% of annual precipitation during 120 days and too little for the remaining 245 days. This skewed water availability has to be managed and regulated for its consumption throughout the year. Which of the following best reflects the practical, rational, lasting solution? Construction of huge concrete storage for all of India. This is not practical. Basically, I have written all of India, not practical. Changing the cropping patterns, not discussed. Interlinking of rivers across the country, not practical. Buffer stocking of water throughout dams and recharge of aquifers. This is a good option. Option D. Basically, what you can do is recharge aquifers and store water in the dams. ठीक है, तो वो जो squidness है ना of the water distribution throughout the year through monsoon, right? That can be managed through dams and recharging of water table. To encourage research is one of the function of a university. Contemporary universities have encouraged research not only in those cases where research is necessary, but all sorts of entirely unprofitable subjects as well, right? So दोनों तरफ. Scientific research is probable, never completely valueless. So basically, according to the passage, it holds some value every time. However silly and insignificant it may seem, however mechanical or unintelligent the labors of the researchers, there is always a chance that the result may be of value to the investigator of talent. Basically, a good investigator will find something or else of value in every research. Who can use the facts collected for him by uninspired but industrious researchers as the basis of some fruitful generalization? But when research is not original but consists in the mere rearrangement of existing materials, where its object is not scientific but literary or historical, then there is risk of the whole business becoming merely futile. Basically, he wants कि new research होनी चाहिए. There should be new researches, and it should not be just rearrangement of the things on which people have already researched. The author's assumption about scientific research is that it is never very full. It is never without some value. Basically, it is never without some value. You can directly see from the passage. According to the author, not many research results can be value of an individual. A research result is always valuable to any research results can be of value to an individual. So basically, always valuable होगा क्या? No. Not many research results are valuable. Basically, all are valuable. ये भी wrong. Any research result can be valuable to an intelligent investigator of talent, right? Any research result will be valuable for him. So basically option C. Okay. So here we have completed all the reading comprehension questions. now we will get back to the difficult questions from reasoning and quant, है ना. Reasoning और quant में we will be doing the remaining questions. There are 10-15 questions जितने भी हैं. Let's try to complete those again from the start. ये हो गया था, ये हो गया. Now here question number 5. Now question number 5 is a very good question. You need to know the divisibility rules 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. First of all, it is given that you need to find a 7-digit number from these two, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 only. The number is divisible by 9. If you do the sum 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, the sum is nothing but divisible by 9. ठीक है. So whenever you will form any number from these 7 digits, the number will be divisible by 9. After deleting the first digit from the right, the resulting number is divisible by 6. That means first 6 digit will be divisible by 2 and 3. Divisible by 2 and 3. For the number to be divisible by 2 and 3, what is the part we can remove? Basically, we can remove multiples of 3 because the initial number was divisible by 9 and now the number is divisible by 2 and 3. So first of all, this will be some even digit. This can be 2, this can be 4, this can be 8. What can you remove in multiples of 3? From this condition, you know this for surety, with surety, this number is 9. There is only one multiple of 3 which you can remove. The first number was divisible by 9. Now the remaining number is divisible by 3. That means you can remove the number which is only a multiple of 3. Only multiple of 3 is 9 here. This is done. After deleting 2 digits from the right original number, the resulting number is divisible by 5. So basically, this number should be 0 or 5. We don't have 0. So this number is for sure 5. This number for sure is 5 with this condition. After deleting 3 digits from the right of the original, the resulting number is divisible by 4. That is, these 2 digits are divisible by, these 2 are divisible by 4. 4. After removing last 4 digit, the number is divisible by 3. So basically, how can we form the numbers which are divisible by 3 here? 9 is already done, 5 is already done. 8 plus 4, 12 plus 1, 13. For divisibility by 3, we need to find the numbers which have sum of the digits divisible by 3. It can't be 8, 7, 4, 11 plus 1. So this can be 147, 147, 741 similarly. So basically यहाँ पे क्या क्या आएगा? 147 आ सकता है. What are the possibilities here? What are the possibilities? 147 हो सकता है एक तो. 7 होगा तो यहाँ 2 होना पड़ेगा, 5 होना पड़ेगा, 8 होना पड़ेगा, 9 होना पड़ेगा. Another possibility with 2 here can be 4, 7, 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. ठीक है. Now we need to, these are the 2 possibilities, right? Now we need to find the sum of the middle digits. So here we have 17, here we have 5, 2, 1. This is 7 plus 8. 8 is one of the possibilities. So this is a very good question. You can, so this is very lengthy, this is very complicated. If you find such questions in the exam, you can leave these questions. ठीक है. First of all, पहले तो you should leave these questions, right? Here the digit 1 to 9 are arranged in 3 rows in such that a way that each row contains 3 digit numbers and the number formed in the second digit is twice the number formed in the first place, and in the third row is thrice. ठीक है. Repetition of digit is not allowed. ठीक है. 3 of the 4 digits starting में is 2, 3, 7. So what are the numbers possible? 2, 3, 7 हो सकता है. 273 हो सकता है, 39 हो सकता है, 293 हो सकता है। अगर इसका डबल करता हूं मैं तो यहाँ पे आएगा 460 78। नॉट पॉसिबल, सेम डिजिट आ गया, ये पॉसिबल नहीं है। रूट 73 में फिर मैं कह सकता हूँ 4, कितना हो जाएगा 6 4 546 बच गया। 3 टाइम्स करूंगा तो 9 1 2 कैरी ओवर 8, तो ये पॉसिबल है एक नंबर। 239 में इफ यू डबल इट सो यू विल बी 8 1 जाएगा कैरी ओवर 478। इसको वापस से अगर मैं करूंगा 478 चलेगा, फिर 3 टाइम्स करूंगा तो 27 7 यहाँ आ रहा है, दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल। 2 टाइम्स करूंगा 6 586 चल गया। 3 टाइम्स करूंगा 9 9 वापस आ गया, नॉट पॉसिबल। सो एक नंबर तो 273 पॉसिबल है। अगेन मोर नंबर्स वेयर दिस इज पॉसिबल, आई कैन स्टार्ट विथ 327 372 372 को 3 टाइम्स करूंगा ये 4 डिजिट हो जाएगा, ये तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। थ्री 397, तो ये तो कोई पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। 3 टाइम्स करोगे तो ऑल दीज नंबर्स विल बी मोर देन 1000। तो 327 को चेक कर लो एक बार। 654 21 2 कैरी ओवर 8 9, तो ये पॉसिबल है। देर आर 2 सच नंबर्स, so there are 2 such numbers 273 and 327. For this these conditions are satisfied. So this is also very tricky question. ठीक है, what they are saying is you need to form the first 3 digit number from the numbers 2 3 7 9. Second 3 digit number should be multiplied by 2, third should be multiplied by 3, and all the 9 digits should be used. In only these 2 conditions all the 9 digits will be used if you see clearly. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हो गया क्वेश्चन नंबर 10 डन है। नेक्स्ट लेट्स मूव टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 11 हो गया, 12 हो गया, क्वेश्चन नंबर 15। सो बेसिकली एक्स एंड वाई रन्स 3 किलोमीटर्स रेस, राइट, और यहाँ पे द रेशियो ऑफ देयर स्पीड इज दिस। सो लेट द फर्स्ट फास्टर रनर हैव 3 किलोमीटर पर आवर, दिस स्पीड विल बी 2 किलोमीटर पर आवर। ओके, the circle is 3 meter. Faster athlete will complete race in चलो 3 मीटर पर सेकंड ले लेते हैं, इसको कुछ भी ले सकते थे हम स्पीड को। 3 मीटर पर सेकंड ले ले, 3 मीटर पर सेकेंड और 2 मीटर पर सेकेंड। ठीक है, सो बेसिकली ही विल कंप्लीट द रेस इन 3000 by 3 मीटर पर सेकेंड। कितने में? 1000 सेकेंड्स में ही विल कंप्लीट द रेस। नंबर ऑफ, सो बेसिकली ही विल meet him every time when he completes the full circle. That means 300 meter by the relative speed which is 1 meter per second. So he will meet him after every 300 seconds. Number of times he will meet, number of meetings in 1000 seconds is 1000 by 300, 3 point something. ठीक है, so basically 3 times, right? So relative motion में they will meet each time when they cover the whole circle which is 300 meter with the relative speed. So every 300 second they will meet. The race will get completed in 1000 seconds. So how many 300 second set are there? 3 sets. So they will meet 3 times. Easy. Chalo, let's go to the next. 17, 18, 19, 20 done. 21, 22 done. 23, 24, 25, 26 done. 27, 28 and 29. 28 and 29. So basically here A has some coins. He gives half of the coins and 2 more to B. B gives half of the coins and 2. So D has now the smallest 2-digit number, that means D has 10. Okay. C gives half plus 2 to D, so this is 10. So from this C is 10 minus 2, 8 into 2, 16. B gives half plus 2 to C, which is 16. So 14 into 2, B equals to 14 into 28. A gives half plus 2 to B, which is 28. 26 into 2, A equals to 52. So basically here A is equals to option D, 52. Equation D equals to 10, C by 2 plus 2 equals to 10, we will get C. B by 2 plus 2 equals to some value, we will get B. A by 2 plus 2 is some value, we will get A. We needed to find A. A is 52. Okay. Question number 29, the series is like this: A, AB, ABC and so on. ठीक है, यहाँ पे you need to know what is the sum of n natural numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 up to n is n into n plus 1 by 2. So we need to find a series number, the sum should be less than 100. For n equals to 13, the sum is 13 into 14 by 2, which is 91. So 91th term, basically one series mein there is one term, फिर 2, फिर 3 up to 13 we will have 91st term. 91st term, can you see this? I'm writing it here, right? 91st term will be this, we will complete the series of 13. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L and M. This will be the 91st term. Now this series is completed with 13 terms. Now again we will start with A. A, B, C, D. We need 9 more terms. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I. So 100th term is I. This is 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. I is the 100th term. Answer is option C. These questions are done. Here we have solved all the questions. Here we left 4 questions. Now initially I left these questions because these questions seemed lengthy. Now let's see how these questions can be answered. Question number 37. How far is city P from Q? City Q is 18 kilometers from R. City Q is 18 kilometers from R in any direction. And city P is 43 kilometers from P. Okay. How is P away from R? So now we don't know the directions. So we can't predict how far is Q from P. So both statement 1 and 2 are not sufficient to answer the question because you don't know the exact direction. This can be possibility. Another possibility is Q, R, P, 43, 18. Another possibility is Q, R, P. Right? There are multiple possibilities, so we can't answer this. Question number 38. One of my favorite questions. Basically, this topic is one of my favorite silogs, right? Easy questions hote hain if you know how to do that. All pens are books. Basically, all pens are books. And statement no chair is a pen. So basically, chair can be books but can't be pen. Okay. Conclusion 1. All chairs are books. Chairs here are not books. So conclusion 1 wrong. Some chairs are pen. Not necessarily wrong. All books are chairs. All books are not chair. Wrong. No chair is a book. We can see some chairs can be books. So this is also wrong. So none of the conclusion follow. Option D. Done. Simple. ठीक है. यहाँ पे question number 39 I am solving here only. Two statements followed by 3 conclusions. Some doctors are teachers. Some doctors are teachers. All teachers are engineers. All teachers are engineers. And all engineers are scientists. Conclusion, some scientists are doctors. Basically, some doctors are teachers, all teachers are engineers, and all teachers are scientists also. So some doctors will be scientists. So this is correct. Conclusion 1 is correct. Some scientists are doctors for sure. All engineers are doctors. All engineers are not doctors. This is wrong. Some engineers are doctors. Some engineers are for sure doctors. So this is correct. 1 and 3. Conclusion 1 and 3, option C. Okay. For question number 40, there are multiple possibilities. I am making 4. There are more. There are multiple possibilities. Okay. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 people, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are multiple possibilities. I am making the possibilities one by one. So they have given you in equidistance from each other facing the center, not necessarily in the same order. B and D sit neither adjacent to C nor opposite to C. So suppose C is here. Okay. What are the possibilities of B? B can be here. Okay, not adjacent or opposite. B can be here. B can be here on this side and B can be here. Okay, done. I am just setting B first. B and D sit neither adjacent to C, not A sits between E and D. F sits between B and H. F sits between B and H. F can't be here. F sits between B and H. F sits between B and H. F sits between B and H. And F sits between B and H. Done. Now D can't be here, and there is A sits between E and D. A sits between E and D, that means D. A sits between D and E. ठीक है? A sits between D and E. A sits between D and E. I have made only 4 possibilities. From these, which of the following is correct? B sits between A and G. B sits between A and G. No. C is opposite to G. C is opposite to G in some cases. C is opposite to H in some cases. Not sure. E sits opposite to F. E sits opposite to C also. E sits opposite to F also. Not sure. So the correct answer for this question is this. With surety, you can't say anything. So the answer with question number 40 is option D. Done? Chalo. We'll wrap this in 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. Now here we have left question number 46 and 47. Let's solve question number 47 first. So basically what you want to do is distribute some pens between A, B, C, D, E, F. Number of pens A gets is twice the number of pens B gets. So B जितने मिलेंगे, A should be divisible by 2, A should be divisible by 3, A should be divisible by 4, 5 and 6. So basically we need to find the LCM of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 60. A, B, C, D, E, F. ठीक है, तो अगर इसको अगर 60 मिलता है तो B will get 30, this will get by 3, 20, this will get 15, by 5, 12, by 6, 10. But we need all the values to be even. This is not even. So next we will try next multiple of 60. Next multiple of 60 is 120. So 120, this will become 60, this will become 40, this will become 30, this will become 24, and this will become 20. Now all of these are even numbers. So this is 180, this is 70, this is 44, this is 250 plus 44, which is 294. So if there are 294 pens, you can distribute them according to the given condition. ठीक है, right? Now question number 46. Here initially let the distance be d and the time taken, velocity was v, so the time taken is t. In the return journey they have told you that the distance is 1.25 times, ठीक है, and the time taken he drove with the length of far and rate twice as fast, so 2v is equals to t dash. Total time of travel is t plus 1.25 by 2t, यही होगा. Now if you look at it, a man started from home at 2:30 hours and drove to village, arriving there when the clock indicated 3:15 after staying for 25 minutes. Total time is from 14:30 to 16, right? How many minutes are there? 3, 4, 90 minutes minus 25 minutes of rest. Total travel time is nothing but t plus 1.25 by 2t equals to how many? 65 minutes. Okay. Now if you take t common, this is 1 plus 0.625, 65 minutes है ना. This is t equals to 65 into 1000 by 625, ठीक है. If you solve this, you will find t equals to 40 minutes. That means initial time of travel is this. He started at 14:30 plus 40 minutes is nothing but 15:10, but the time it is 15:10, but the time shown at this moment is nothing but 15:15 in the clock. So the clock is 5 minutes fast. ठीक है, done. 46 is done, 47 is done. Okay, चलो 48, 9 this done, 50, 51, 2, 53, 54, 55, 56 all done, 57, 58, 59, 60 done, 61, 62, 63, 64 done, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. 69 is remaining, and here we have left 77. So let's solve 77 first. Basically, if you arrange 9 things at 9 places, you have to arrange 9 things as 9 places, 9 things. You have to arrange 9 things, 9 places, 6 same, 3 same, 6 coffee same, 3 tea same, है ना. So basically how to do this? 9 factorial upon 6 factorial into 3 factorial. This is nothing but 9 into 8 into 7 by 6. 3, 4, 12 into 7, 12 into 7, which is 84. So total cases are 84. You need to remove 3 cases when you don't have tea, coffee in any of the. So basically what are the situation? There are 3 cases. Suppose this is one case. Coffee, 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 tea, 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 coffee, coffee, coffee. फिर tea, 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 coffee, 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 coffee. Second instance. Then last में coffee, 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 tea, tea, tea. You need to remove these 3 cases. Right? So basically you need to do 84 minus 3. The answer is 81. Total cases of such arrangement were 84. Out of these, we didn't want 3 cases, which were when all the t's were in one row or one column, depending on the question. So 84 minus 3 gives you 81. So the answer for this question 77 is D. Last question we need to solve is 69. So 69 question I am solving here. ठीक है, 100 ml milk, second में 100 ml water. What they have done is they have transferred 20 ml from here to here. Now in this case, the ratio of water to milk is 5:1. Now when you remove 20 ml again from here, it will contain both milk and water. Milk will be 5/6 into 20, which is 1/6 into 20, which is 20/6, and water will be 100/6. And here you need to add milk, 20/6 of milk plus 100/6 of water. Okay. In this case, final milk on left side is 100 minus 20, 80 plus 20 plus 6. 80 plus 20/6, which is nothing but 500/6. Left milk. Similarly, final water is nothing but water removed 100 में से they have removed 100/6, which is 500/6 ml. Right में water. Both the proportions are same. So basically the answer is m equals to n. Both the proportions are same. Okay. So we have done our paper from 2022. Now 2022 reading comprehension moderate, quant moderate, and your reasoning was easy. Okay, done. So this is how we can solve the question paper from 2022. Next week, most probably on Sunday, I'll try to drop the video on Sunday. If not possible, in the weekdays, we will drop a video, right? We will be solving question paper from 2023. One of the most difficult paper up to this point from UPSC in CSAT, right? I hope you find this video helpful, right? We will be back next week. Up to that point, have a great week. Bye-bye.